Welcome to Janet Teaches Drew Yoga. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to a form of meditation. Often people think meditation is just about going which it isn't. Meditation is the skill and art of bringing yourself into the present moment. And there are many ways to do that. It can be just listening to music, it can be counting, it can be walking in nature, it can be doing, ask anybody who does craft work, they get so absorbed in what they're doing. You are in the present moment, that's what we mean. So it could be doing something like a jigsaw, even when you're watching the TV, you're kind of in the present moment, but of course distracted by what's going on by it. So what I'm going to show you today is a couple of ways that you can decide how you want to use it. Now, the first thing that's always important with meditation is to get yourself in the right place and in the right frame of mind. So you want somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed. So put the phone away, switch it off, make sure anyone else in the house knows you're meditating and you do not want to be disturbed, unless they're joining you, of course. If you want to put some gentle music on in the background, you can do. Just keeping the space very calm. Make sure you're warm, because you will go slightly colder during meditation, because it's just like when you go to sleep, that the outer areas start to come in a bit. So I always you can have a blanket, a shawl, something that you can just wrap around you just to keep you that bit warmer. Okay, mine's a nice big one. And I always make sure I use the same one each time. And therefore, that's a little indication to the brain that, oh, it's meditation time. I've got that shawl on. Okay. Now, you can do meditation. You can be seated on the floor. You can be seated on a chair. If you're lying down, it becomes relaxation rather than meditation. And the ones I'm doing today are not going to be suitable for lying down. You do need to have, because meditation is being in awareness. Relaxation is going off somewhere. So you want to be in awareness. So you do need to be seated. So I'm going to do mine sat on the floor. Now, presently, yes, I'm sat on my knees, but I'm not staying like that. So I'm going to sit cross-legged. Now, if I sit cross-legged without much attention to it, I can already feel that my back's pulling in a bit and my tummy's a bit scrunched. And so you need a good position. So you can either use a cushion or a block, which is what I'm going to use today. Now I'm going to pop that underneath my spine. So I'm not sat back on it like that, just lifting the spine so that my knees, as you can see, are coming down. Okay. And then bring my shawl in. Yourself nicely covered. And you can do this with a blanket, whatever you choose. So I'm lifted, I'm getting that little lift. And what we want is, because you want your lungs open, you want to be shoulders down and back and the chin nice and level. So you're in a good position. Now, normally I would say just resting the hands, but we're going to be using the hands today. So I wanted to introduce you first of all to one way of meditating, and that is using a candle. You can just see that the flame blowing there. And this is the Drew Peace Flame. Now, what you would do with that, you would have it somewhere in front, perhaps a little table just in front of you, and you just concentrate on the flame itself. So your eyes slightly lowered and this concentration of the flame. I'm just going to have that beside me as a lovely way of encouraging peace into the room. Now, what I want to show you, I've got two things here to show you. One is a rose quartz crystal and one is a pebble. Okay. Now, what makes this pebble special is that it's special to me because I attended a wedding and the bride had collected pebbles, and then for the place names, she had put your name on. Mine's getting rather worn away now because I use it so often. But that's my pebble because it's got my name on it. I've seen people come with pebbles that they found that are heart-shaped. How wonderful is that? Something that has meaning for you. So you can use either of these. I'm going to use my pebble. So I'm going to have my rose quartz just next to me. Now, what you're going to do with this, first of all, is just hold it. Now, you want to hold it where you're comfortable, because if you start lifting and hunching it, you make yourself uncomfortable. I quite like to have my back supported. So if you are seated, make sure that you're right back in the chair so that your back is well supported. So I'm going to come back and push my block a little bit further so that my back is against the wall. Knees down, as I said, I've got that lift. I'm in a good position. So get hold of your pebble, okay, and just have it in your hands, just an awareness of the pebble in your hands. Myself in, nice and cozy. Now just gently close your eyes. And just take your awareness to your breath. Just gentle breathing. Just be aware of it coming in and out of your body. And then take your breath a little bit deeper. Each time you breathe out, sink a bit further to the floor or your chair. Now on your next breath in, I just want you to breathe in and just scrunch up the fingers and toes. Hold that pebble really firmly, or your crystal. With the arms and legs, tummy in, bottom under, shoulders up to your ears, and just scrunch up your face. And on a breath out, gently release. Relax into that seated position. And keeping the eyes closed, just bring your attention to the pebble or crystal that you're holding. If you're feeling quite cool, where its weight, hold on its shape. Let's take your whole concentration to your pebble or crystal. Now, very gently, bring your awareness back to your body, back to the room, back to where you are seated. Take your breathing a little bit deeper. Just gently start to move the body, stretch if you wish. Then just rub your hands together to create warmth. Place your palms over your eyes, allow that warmth to gently massage your eyes. And gently open the eyes into the palms to adjust to the light. And gently remove the palms. Now, we only did that for 5 minutes, and each time I would do it a little bit longer. What you will have found was that the weight, it's quite heavy that, but the weight completely disappeared. I was no longer aware of any weight. It was quite cold initially, and it went warmer and warmer. And the longer you hold it, the more weightless and the warmer it will become. That's the energy coming out of that stone into your hands. And while you're concentrating just on the stone, it becomes weightless, becomes warm, becomes part of you. So whichever way, whether you use, say, I used the pebble, or you could have used a crystal, the same thing would have happened. And in doing that, you've brought yourself into the present moment and experienced energy coming into your body and flowing through it. So I say each time you do that, just extend it for a little bit longer. So thank you very much. Namaste.